Welcome back to all our attendees. Our next speaker, Mr. Mohammad Atir Ansari, Senior Expert ICT at Omantel, speaking on today's topic, the role 5G for research and higher education. Over to you, Mr. Mohammad.
Thank you very much, Melvin. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mohammad Atar Ansari from Omantel. I work as Senior Expert ICT and look after business development. For those who don't know Omantel, basically Omantel is a telecom operator in Oman. It's an incumbent and national telecom operator, provides all sort of connectivity and mobility solutions to our customers across Oman. My topic is the role of 5G in research and higher education today. So I'm going to talk about 5G and some of the use cases I will be sharing so that you can see how it is going to help higher education and research. About 5G, what is 5G? Basically, it is a next generation, or you can say fifth generation of mobile network. It is a new global wireless standard after 4G, and it is going to enable a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including devices, machines, and objects. Let's explore a little bit more about what it has got to offer to our individual and business customers. Some of the features, some of the network features I'm going to mention about 5G, which will help you to understand what it is going to bring in future and how it is going to help individual and businesses. Starting with one of the key feature is speed. So basically, if you have noticed that 4G speed is approximately, it can go up to 100 Mbps. Everyone has been using 4G services in Oman, and this goes up to 100 Mbps. In 5G, this is going to offer up to 10 gigabyte. You can say 100x faster than the current technology. What does it mean to individual customer and enterprises? It means this is going to offer you a very high speed internet. And if I have to mention one of the example how it will help, then you can say, if you have to download a movie of 1 hour, you will be able to download in 7 to 10 seconds. Whereas this is possible in current scenario, this will take at least 10 to 15 minutes. 5G is going to come with very ultra low latency feature. So the the latency of 5G is 1 millisecond compared to 200 milliseconds in you can say 4G. So basically, how it is going to help? Again, I would like to mention that how it is going to translate into individuals and businesses. So latency measures how long a signal takes to go from its source to its receiver and then back again. So 5G latency will be faster than human visual processing, making it possible to control devices remotely in near real time, because the latency is almost 1 millisecond. Another feature of 5G is going to be energy consumption. Related to energy consumption, one of the estimates says the energy consumption in 5G is going to be 90% less per bit than the earlier technologies. It means this is going to bring you a longer life to your battery. This is one of the things. Another features more related to enterprises, where more related to businesses, like massive connectivity. Massive connectivity, basically, it is going to, it has capability to connect approximately 1 million devices per square mile. So this is the kind of connectivity will provide to enterprises. And this will enable use cases like smart cities or smart transportation or managing energy grids. These kind of use cases will be possible, since this will have capability to connect more and more devices to internet. This is going to be highly reliable network. If I have to put it in terms of availability, this is going to be 5 nines, means 99.999. This is the kind of up to 99.999. This kind of availability is going to be offered with the 5G technology. Another thing is another feature, very important feature is like capacity. It's capacity. And what it does is basically, if you look at a scenario of stadium or airports where a lot of people start using same network, start communicating from the same network, and what happens is the communication goes to crawl, and the data transfer rate goes very slow. So since 5G has got 1,000 times 1000x higher capacity, this is going to address these kind of challenges. So these are the features, some of the features. I'm covering one of the features, like network slicing. Like this will be this will help operators to create a private network for enterprises, or maybe even you can take example of university. We can create a private network, dedicated network for a university in case of 5G, which is not possible in case of 4G at the moment. Let's look at how it is going to translate into addressing the challenges which industry has got at the moment. These are some of the use cases I have brought, which will be possible with 5G, which is not possible in today's time, or with the current technologies. We have challenges to address these kind of use cases. We have segregated these use cases in 3 different types. Like the first type of use cases are where you need very high throughput, high bandwidth, like virtual reality or augmented reality, where you need a lot of bandwidth to address the time lag. Use cases such as video surveillance, where you need high definition video surveillance and live data transfer from the different location to central location. So in these kind of use cases, you need very high bandwidth. The second type of use cases which we have categorized into is massive machine type communication. Basically, this is designed for wide area coverage for hundreds and thousands of devices per square kilometer to ensure ubiquitous connectivity. Use cases such as connected workers or drone inspections, wearables to monitor location, temperature, etc., connected manufacturing or refinery units and all, these kind of use cases will be addressed through 5G. Another type of use cases which we will be able to help with through the 5G technology is ultra reliable and low latency type communication. So basically for use cases like remote surgeries, a lot of people have started talking about remote surgeries, which requires very reliable and available connectivity plus low latency connectivity. Like autonomous car, self-driving car, people are talking about unmanned operation management, where the operations are managed through the robots and all. So these kind of use cases requires ultra reliable connectivity and low latency kind of connectivity, and this is going to be addressed by the 5G. So this is all about in general, this is all about 5G, about the technology, how it works and what it is going to do in future. Now I'm just trying to show you what is the relevance of 5G when it comes to higher education and research. So basically, if you notice over the past few years, the education sector has been transforming the teaching and learning practices by increasingly leveraging information and communication technology. This sector has also been witnessing a rapid adoption of cloud computing and artificial intelligence kind of technologies to host the application, maintain the application, store them, in the cloud for the delivery of educational content while also reducing the cost of computation. Several educators we have seen are utilizing more and more educational video content in their classroom. I have been hearing some of the sessions before me, and everyone has been mentioning about educational video content in the classroom setup. There are these educators are looking to invest in development of online educational platform in order to make learning accessible anytime, anywhere for the students. And at the same time, the growing technology investment, because of these things, everyone is investing in technology, and the growing technology investment in this sector have led to a new business model that is called education technology, commonly dubbed as EdTech. Everyone must have heard about EdTech. Basically, it focuses on leveraging emerging technologies like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, big data, and all to deliver interactive and multimedia coursework over online platforms. It is significantly beneficial for the student who struggle to learn concepts from textbook. It also provides services to remote areas where students have difficulties in accessing a physical classroom. EdTech can deliver affordable education without compromising on the quality. Development of cloud-based resources like digital libraries and online lectures will be very crucial for success of EdTech. Uh, Current technologies like 4G and traditional network like Wi-Fi is capable of basic data transmission, but 5G will provide instantaneous access of cloud services to educators. So one of the key thing I can say is 5G is going to accelerate the digital transformation in education sector and higher education sector. Some of the use cases I would like to share, which are possible over 5G. Because of this network, these are some of the use cases I picked up, which will be possible and in fact will be better positioned, I would say, rather over the 5G technology, like smart campus, smart and interactive classroom, enhanced collaboration kind of thing, and immersive learning kind of thing. Let's look at some of the use cases one by one. If I have to talk about smart campuses, like educational institutions are increasingly implementing ICT and IoT solutions nowadays to make their campuses smart and secure. Basically, there are four important things most of the educational institutions are looking at to make their smart, to make their campuses smart. One of the thing is security. Second is better experience in the campus for all the stakeholders. And another thing is efficiency. And the last point I would like to mention is cost optimization, because most of the organizations, most of the educational institutions are looking at the cost optimizations in today's time. So achieve all of these things, most of the educational institutions are deploying a lot of ICT solutions and digital services in the campuses. If I have to talk about intelligent video-based monitoring and tracking or surveillance, you can say, even real-time tracking of the students when they are in the campuses. Or if I have to talk about the software side, people are using MIS, learning management system, or maybe you can say automated attendance system. These kind of systems are being used by most of the institutions. Basically, but the thing is, if you don't provide a robust connectivity to enable these things, because one of the key enabler for all of these things is connectivity. So if you don't back up all these systems with robust connectivity, this is going to be meaningless. So this is where we see that we have service provider companies like Omantel. We have a huge role to play in these kind of thing. And with the new technology coming up with 5G, we will be able to support more. Another use case, if I have to talk about, like smart and interactive classroom, I think everyone has spoken about interacting a smart and interactive classroom. If you see in recent time, educational institutions are deploying large-scale IoT devices in the classes to create better experience for the students and teachers and educators. Smart classrooms are empowered with several connected devices like smart boards, interactive smart boards or displays, smart handheld devices by the students and teachers. Smart handheld gadgets are there, and more devices are being connected, which provides an engaging, interactive, and personalized learning experience for the students. 5G has the ability to connect significant number of devices and paying new opportunity for implementing more smart devices in classroom. 5G offers rapid, as we mentioned when I started, it offers rapid transfer rates with almost unnoticeable delays. This is very important point. In 5G, the latency. So it offers to rapid transfer rates with almost unnoticeable delays, making it the choice of network for all smart classroom connectivity requirement. Another use case I can mention about enhanced collaboration, like everyone using video conferencing nowadays. Video conferencing are increasingly used by educational institutions, as most of the organizations are using, to help students connect with each other as well as teacher in real time, regardless of their location. This particularly benefits the students of educational institutions located in the remote areas where the connectivity is not there or the infrastructure is not there, by providing them with the access to better skilled educational faculties. This means that students can participate in remote classes in real time rather than traveling long distances, you can say. 5G's high network bandwidth and ultra low latency, again, will provide a seamless video conferencing experience to educators and students. And in time of COVID-19 situation, like we have been in this situation since more than 1 year, everyone moved to online education. Every organization moved to working from home. So in this kind of situation, this kind of technology helps a lot. Access to education material, I can again talk about another use case, like videos have become an effective educational tool for the next generation of students. All the educators are using and moving towards a blended, most of the people were mentioning blended learning approach. So most of the educators are moving towards blended learning approach by making use of online video, audio, or image-based content in the learning process. This complements traditional teaching techniques. This approach helps students to remain engaged while teachers benefit with the access of high quality educational material or content to support their lectures. And 5G, again, with the throughput it has got and the latency it has got, will provide educators with immediate access to educational databases, along with faster downloading and surfing of videos in a much better quality than 4G or any other existing technology. This is my last use case I would like to share with you when it comes to AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. Basically, these technologies, AR and VR, have become an effective way to provide an immersive learning experience to the students. Interactive classroom powered by AR and VR technologies can generate virtualized 3D models, helping in amplifying engagement and facilitating contextualized learning for students. Augmented reality and virtual reality in education can also facilitate experiencing learning, allowing students to understand theoretical concepts in depth and faster, much faster. AR, VR, again, applications pose significant demand in terms of both bandwidth and latency. If you don't address these two things, the whole purpose is going to be defeated. And 5G network can fulfill these demands very, very efficiently. So these are the some of the use cases we picked up. We thought we will share how 5G technology is going to help to educators and education sector. In the end, I would like to share what Omantel is doing when it comes to 5G. We started working on 5G in end of 2018 and beginning of 2019. In 2019, we started some trials and testing along with our vendors and partners. End of 2019, we launched our first, officially, we launched our 5G network. And in September 2020, last year in September, we launched our first commercial service over 5G. And that was home internet for consumers. Again in 2020, I think somewhere in December, we launched 5G service for enterprises, for business customers. That is called wireless fixed business broadband. This year in the beginning, we launched 5G mobility services to customers. And last month, we started providing 5G mobile services as well. Along with this, we have been engaged with a lot of POCs with a lot of business customers across the industry verticals like oil and gas and transportation. These kind of customers we have been engaging. We're doing a lot of POCs with them for POCs like smart surveillance, video analytics, and artificial intelligence, or IoT kind of use cases. We have been engaging with some of the ports here, seaports. We providing, doing some POCs with them for port operation management, and we're doing some POCs with some of the oil and gas companies for predictive maintenance based on augmented reality and virtual reality. And in this, you can see these purple color patches. This shows that this is how we have covered the 5G coverage in across Oman at the moment. So this is all I wanted to share. In the end, if I end my presentation with this, if any question I can answer. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for your presentation, sir. Some questions your way. Currently, with the pandemic, with students and all, and college students studying from home, what case study do you have that shows if someone has used 5G, how it has helped? Any case studies was done recently on these topics?
Yes, we have done a couple of cases. We picked up a couple of locations where we saw how far 5G has helped people working from home or taking education from home. And it's all about experience. It has really enhanced experience because if you see on the local, means on the traditional infrastructure, we still have some issues if the bandwidth is not enough, or during the peak time, sometimes network is disconnected and all. And 5G has really helped in this case. So it's all about enhancing the experience.
Okay. And we've been hearing that there are new systems already in place, like 6G and so on and so forth. What is your opinion about that?
Basically, I think those are the net communication channel for IoT kind of solutions. So basically, for IoT, in most of the cases, you require very small bandwidth, very little bandwidth when you are deploying a sensor-based solution. So those communication channel are for IoT purposes. But one of the a very key use case of 5G is NB-IoT, narrowband IoT. So even if it comes to IoT, 5G will be able to help in that case. And as I covered in my presentation, that this has got, maybe you can say, 100x capacity to connect devices. So everyone is connecting more and more devices to internet, and 5G will really be helpful in that.
Thank you, Mohammed, for the presentation and time. And
thank you very much, everyone. Everyone can visit our booth, and if any question is there, you can drop in there. We will address, inshallah. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Omran, for having us here. We value our partnership with Omran, and we will continue with that, inshallah.
Mohammed, I said I'll be one of them at your stall for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.